All right, ma'am, is your name Contreras?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Okay, so this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Angelica Maria Contreras, file number, close this out, 22-21026FH. I have Dawn Van Duzen. Yes, Ms. Van Duzen, you're here today on her?
Yes, Your Honor.
Appearing on behalf of Ms. Contreras. And I have Isaac Sneed appearing on behalf of the people. This is the date and time scheduled for a pretrial, let's see, conference in this matter. We did have a contempt of court for failure to appear. She had requested court-appointed counsel and was provided that because she failed to appear for sentencing on December 16th of 22. So it looks like we need to deal with the contempt of court and also set a date for sentencing. Or do we already have a PSI on her?
Yes, I just did my PSI yesterday. They got it yesterday.
Okay, so you met with the probation officer yesterday?
No, they just came and got my PSI. I had it done for a week.
So you filled out the packet. You filled out the packet. All right. So Ms. Adams, I don't see that I have, let me see if I set a date. Looks like we're set for sentencing on February 24th of 2023. So Ms. Van Duzen, with regard to the contempt of courts?
Your Honor, in this matter, I need a second to talk to her and get her plat or whatever she desires to do.
Okay, so I will open up some breakout rooms and I'm going to assign Ms. Contreras and Ms. Van Duzen to the breakout room. Go ahead and click on join.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Ms. Adams, could you verify with Phyllis whether or not the jury contempt should proceed because they do have a prior felony?
Okay.
I don't know if they'd be eligible. All right, I have somebody who's logged in named Emily. Can I ask your name, please?
Emily Smith.
Emily Smith, okay. Ms. Smith, who is your attorney? Let me see here.
Matthew Murphy.
Judge.
It's today, it's actually, okay. Ms. Smith, I'm gonna pop you in the waiting room and I'll bring you back in just a minute, all right? Yes, Ms. Adams.
Phyllis said that she can, or you can waive it, but she would still need to fill out the questionnaire.
Okay, all right. So do we get that to the jail? Because she's not getting out of jail.
Yeah, I'll scan it to him.
Okay. All right, Ms. Van Duzen, have you had a moment to speak with Ms. Contreras?
Yes, Your Honor. She's going to plead guilty.
All right. So Ms. Contreras, can you raise your right hand?
Yes,
Do you
ma'am.
solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so Ms. Contreras, we're here on, well, we have one contempt of court for failure to appear for sentencing on December 16th of 22. We have another contempt of court dated January 13th of 2022 for failure to set up twice weekly drug screens after being released from the jail and not reaching out to Mr. Coast. Let me see here. So I would just go with those two. So ma'am, do you understand the maximum penalty for contempt of court can be up to 93 days in jail or up to $7,500 in fines?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and you would ask for court-appointed counsel because you do have the right to court-appointed counsel, and we appointed counsel to represent you, and you had an opportunity to speak with Ms. Van Duzen this morning. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with Ms. Van Duzen as your attorney and the advice that she's given you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Do you understand that you do have a right to contest this contempt of court charge and to have a trial on it?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that throughout the trial you would be presumed innocent until your guilt is proven by a preponderance of the evidence?
Yes, ma'am.
You have a right to have all the witnesses against you appear at your trial, to have your lawyer ask those witnesses questions. You may ask them yourself, and to have me order any witnesses you might have to appear at the trial. Do you understand all of that?
Yes, ma'am.
You do not have to testify at your trial, and no one can say anything about you not testifying or hold it against you in any way. Do you understand all of that?
Yes, ma'am.
On the other hand, do you understand that you have a right to testify at your trial if you want to testify?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. How do you plead to the charge that you violated your bond conditions by one, not appearing for sentencing and not setting up your drug tests? Guilty or not guilty?
I plead guilty, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you understand?
I just got the. Okay.
Hold on. Do you understand that by pleading guilty, you will be giving up the right to a trial, as I've already explained to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Has anything been promised to you to get you to plead guilty?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone threatened you in any way to get you to plead guilty?
No, ma'am.
If I accept these pleas, you will be giving up any and all claims that your plea is given as a result of promises or threats that were not disclosed to the court on the record during the hearing, or that it was not your own choice to enter the plea. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it your own choice to plead guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so ma'am, at one point we were in court and you entered a plea and we set this matter for sentencing. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And that was on December 26th of 2022. Would you agree with that?
Yes, Your Honor. I believe so.
Okay. And after I entered the plea, I instructed you to go to the probation department and talk to them. Either I put you on Zoom with them or I told you to report. And then I gave you a sentencing date for December 16th of 22 on the record. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Now, when you were released from jail, you were also required to sign up for drug testing. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. I think I was, yes.
All right. And when you were released from the jail, did you contact Mr. Coast and set up drug testing?
No, Your Honor.
And did you show up for sentencing on December 16th?
No, Your Honor.
Were you incarcerated on December 16th?
I don't think so.
There was nothing stopping you from showing up for sentencing. You just didn't do it.
Well, I got the dates mixed up, Your Honor. Like I've been showing up to in person to all my other court dates. So it was an honest mistake.
All right, but you didn't show up though.
No.
All right, I accept the plea. It has been given understandably, voluntarily, and accurately. The defendant has full knowledge of her rights. She does have competent counsel. Ms. Van Duzen, before I pass sentence, would you like to say anything on behalf of your client?
Just, she's had other court hearings in, down in district court. And as she stated, she just got the date confused. She's been reporting to the probation department downstairs. I do believe this was an honest mistake of hers. I don't know if she's on drug testing downstairs. But that would be, something that maybe we could ask her about if she's got drug testing downstairs for her probation there, so that it would be dual of doing everything. So I'm asking the court to just give her a fine in this matter and allow her to, maybe, sorry, Judge, I'm having a hard time this morning. You have sentencing put out till, at a later date, but give her a PR and see how she does of getting out and stuff, because she is on probation downstairs and she hasn't ran from that.
Who's your probation officer in district court?
Erica Williams.
All right, Becky, could you call her and see if she's been reporting and drug testing in district court for me?
Okay.
All right, so just stay with us for a moment, Ms. Contreras.
Ma'am.
All right, Ms. Van Duzen, I have Emily Smith.
Yes, Your Honor. I need a breakout room with her. I just can't get a hold of her.
It's okay. All right. All right, Emily Smith, can you turn on your video, please? There you go. All right, in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Emily Ann Marie Smith, file number 22-21177FH. Of Dawn Van Duzen appearing today on behalf of Ms. Smith. Ms. Smith, I am going to open up a breakout room and place you and Dawn Van Duzen into that breakout room.
Okay.
And go ahead and join that breakout room. All right.
Judge,
Yes.
she is reporting down there. However, there's no drug conditions.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so Ms. Contreras, we're just gonna wait till your attorney gets back.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Malaro, you're on Zachary McFarland.
I am, Your Honor.
All right, you have two matters, so let me get them in here for you. Let's get them connected to audio. Send them a chat to connect to audio. Oh, Mr. McFarland, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good morning. This is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Zachary Michael McFarland, file number 22-21053FH, as well as Megan Marie McFarland versus Zachary Michael McFarland, file number 22-49695PP. This is a date and time scheduled for pretrial in both of these matters. Mr. Malaro, how would you like to proceed today?
Your Honor, I'd like to adjourn this out. One final pretrial. I've been speaking to the prosecutor. She's made an offer that I need Mr. McFarland to come in so I could review it with him. Also, Mr. McFarland has provided me with some information that I need to review more thoroughly to see if that has any impact on the resolution of this case. That would be our request.
Okay, so I'm going to set it for February 22nd at 8:30 in the morning. And you'll do the step in order to adjourn.
I will, Your Honor.
All right, and that'll give you, I think, enough time, and if not, we'll just set it for trial at that point. So we'll see you back on February 22nd at 8:30 in the morning, Mr. McFarland.
Sounds good, Your Honor.
Thank you.
All
Your
right,
Honor.
thank you. Make sure, Mr. McFarland, you call Mr. Malaro's office and set up a time to meet with him, all right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Judge, he's
All
been
right,
very
thank
good
you.
about maintaining contact.
No, okay, good, thank you. Okay. We'll set both of those over.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. You're all
Thank-
set, Mr. McFarland. Do you have Jacob Luck, Mr. Malaro? Yes.
I do.
Mr. Luck? Good morning,
Yeah.
Mr. Luck.
How are you?
Hi. I'm good. So this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Jacob Matthew Luck. File number 22-21000FH. I have Salvatore Malaro appearing on behalf of Mr. Luck. I have Isaac Sneed appearing on behalf of the people. This is the date and time set for a pretrial in this matter. Mr. Malaro, how would you like to proceed today?
Your Honor, I'd like to adjourn this out for one more pretrial. I'm still trying to find a way to keep Mr. Luck in the drug court. And my understanding is if he pleads to a felony, he would have to leave drug court.
Right, so unfortunately, if he does plead to a felony, he won't be able to stay in the drug court program. Ms. Teskey, Mr. Luck is doing relatively well in the drug court program, is that correct?
That is correct, Judge.
So, it'd be disappointing if he wasn't able to continue.
So perhaps
So-
we could set up a Cobb's conference with you.
Who's your prosecutor?
I'm not sure,
I'm the prosecutor, Judge.
Mr. Sneed.
Do you have time to talk for a minute, Mr. Sneed?
I do.
Okay, so I am going to put the courtroom in a waiting room, and then I'm gonna open up a breakout room for Mr. Sneed, Mr. Malaro, and I'm gonna bring in Ms. Teskey too. Okay, hi, could you do me one favor, just sit in the hallway for a minute? Because I'm gonna do a private meeting, and then I'll bring you right back in.
Thank you, Judge.